Hello, everyone. So today I would like to speak not only about my region and to present it, but also to speak about Carpathian region as a tourist destination. When I was asked to come here and to present tourism, I thought, not even thought, but I asked myself, what to talk about? Tourism, you know, we can speak about tourism a lot, different ways. And then I thought, in one region can be built a very big hotel with, I don't know, very cozy rooms, but will it bring a lot of tourists to the region because of this hotel? I don't think so. So there is something should be in the region, some tourist attractions, something else which could attract tourists to the region. And then I thought, yes, accommodation, sightseeing, whatever. But what we really need to orient on is an ordinary tourist. So my questions are, what her needs, what she is coming for. This is the most crucial things, I guess, in planning tourism and in developing, for instance, Carpathian region as a tourist destination. We need to know what tourist wants before starting to build hotels, I don't know, to think of tourist products or whatever. And according to the recent researches, which was made by our regional university, it showed that tourists coming to whatever region, they don't need just sightseeing. They don't need just come and to enjoy landscapes. They come for emotions. And they want to explore something, culture, tradition, whatever. And it is the most crucial in planning any kind of activities for travel agencies, for government, for NGOs who engage in tourism. So that's why today I would like to speak, first of all, about advantages. Advantages of tourist sector, first of all, of my region, because I know it. And then to talk about challenges we face, because every challenge will bring new opportunities. And to talk about perspectives at the regional, I mean Transcarpathian level, and of course at cross-border level. So, advantages. I'd like to ask you, maybe somebody have been to Transcarpathia before. I don't know, speak about Transcarpathian people who are here. But does somebody know what are the main attractions? Not reading these. Because to make Carpathian region a real tourist destination, we need to understand what is unique, how we can attract tourists to our region. Not simply just by, I don't know, a good museum or so on. For instance, why people coming to France? It's a good question. Not just because of Eiffel Tower, but they're coming mostly because it is a romantic city. They come for romantic, to feel the romantic atmosphere. It's everywhere, in buildings, in people, in whatever we can think of France and Paris. So, advantages of Transcarpathia, of course, it's mountains and landscapes. 80% of our territory consists of mountains. And most of the mountain slopes, according to the International Olympic Committee, are perfect for creating a mountain skiing sports. So, and that is why in our region we can talk that it is suitable for mountain skiing tourist development. We have something similar with other countries of Carpathian region, of course. But what we have in our region, we have enough centers of skiing, and it's not bad quality, I would say. It's very good developed in the recent years, and the prices are not so high. For instance, for domestic tourists, it's a really big thing when you think of where to come for skiing. It's the prices. A lot of people in the recent years went to Vysoké Tatry. I know that it's a region very popular among our Ukrainian tourists. But unfortunately, for us, for our tourists, it's a little bit expensive at the moment. So, climate. I don't want to speak a lot about climate, but to mention that it's also very good for skiing and for wine growing and making, because we have regions in southwest of our country which is suitable for wine making and wine growing. Primeval Beach Forest of the Carpathians. Actually, it was inscribed on the World Heritage of UNESCO in 2007. And it is really unique forest. You can see it here on the picture, and we can be proud of. Also, nature, rivers found of the region, and there are a lot of objects. We have many reserves and everything. So, and what is unique for our three countries in East Carpathian Biosphere Reserve. It is really the only in the world reserve which occupies three countries. Also, geographical center of Europe, if you know that it is situated in Rachid district, and Silver Lake, which is one of the 7 gems of Ukraine. Narcissus Valley, it's the same, I guess, like in Romania. They have completely the same kind of attraction. So, historical and cultural heritage. I don't want to speak a lot about this because I guess we have very similar traditions, very similar histories, and also we have similar culture and traditions, and also historical objects. So I just want to mention that there are about 1,800, I guess, items of historical and cultural heritage. So remains of military fortification also is a new, I would say, a new type of tourism in our region, and it is becoming more and more popular. And traditions. We have a lot of festivals, different kind of topical or just cultural festivals. You can see wine festivals, different kind of gastronomy. Also, balneology, sorry. So we have 360 explored springs of mineral thermal water, and it's a huge potential. And recent years, this kind of tourism is developed in, I would say, very progressively. So I didn't want to talk about it. I think everyone knows, because we have, you have in Slovakia, in Romania, in Hungary, the same thermal waters. But I'd like just to mention that we have a lot of treatment capacity of this water, which make us a really unique region. I mean, like Carpathian region as a whole. Rural tourism, actually, our rural tourism, it's one of the main type of tourism, because it has been developing for last 15, I guess, years, and was among the first in Ukraine. We were among the first region in Ukraine to start to develop this kind of tourism. Closeness of borders with 4 European countries. As you can see, it gives a lot of potential and potential for cooperation in tourism to build or to elaborate different tourist products and so on. So of course, we have to mention about tourist facilities. As you can see, now we have about 400 facilities, and it's divided into sanatoriums, recreation centers, and tourist complexes. And if we see to this increase in number, it was a huge increase before 2012 when we had football championship. So, and you can see this modern, I just wanted you to look at these modern tourist complexes we have. It's very cozy places and have additional attractions. And the prices are not very high. So, and challenges we face. Last year's a big challenge was tourist trails. We didn't have norms and standards how to mark or sign the trails. And it was really hard for us to develop this type of tourism because we had completely different signs and marks in the mountains. And for tourists, it was really a big mess. You know, when they came, then they walk along the trail and they saw different completely system of marking the trails. It was a mess, I would say. So, and I believe it was a really great success of our society because they presented the project of new national standards, which was developed by Lviv Development Institution. So, and since that time, now we think of the mechanism of how to register the trails. So it's need time to put it all into the working condition. But at least now we have it and we can speak about development of cooperation in this particular sphere. So, and perspectives. Adaptation of tourist standards of Ukraine to the European standards. What do I mean? If you know, there is ERA organization, European Ramblers Association, and their organization I worked for became the first and the only organization of Ukraine who became a member of ERA. What it gave us? It gave us to start prolongation of European hiking trails to the territory of Ukraine. You can see it here. I don't know if everyone can see that here we have Slovakia and two trails. They're coming up to the border with Ukraine, and now, which is our main responsibility, to prolong these trails on the territory of Ukraine. So, and development of tourist trails. Now I'm talking about also perspective at cross-border level. So we can think of different kind of trails, thematical one, hiking, bicycle, whatever. So it's one of the main types of tourism we can develop within the Carpathian region. So, challenges we face, of course, infrastructure. It's basic infrastructure and tourism infrastructure. Now we had a number of problems. But what I personally believe that in the middle of every problem is opportunity. And all these challenges we face here, they give us ideas where we have to work and how we can develop this sphere in the best possible way. So, we can talk about development, The problem is within the Carpathian region is that we do not have mechanism how to decide between two border countries where the road should pass through, what cross-border points to develop and where to put them, where to locate them. And now it's a big problem for any kind of cooperation within the cross-border level. So the same is with bicycle roads. Also, supplies is more like we can, for instance, make experience exchange how supplies or communications have been developed. That's the best possible way. So tourist infrastructure, mountain infrastructure for travelers. Now we have a project in Ukraine, mainly my organization, Regional Development Agency, is implementing. And our main aim is to build infrastructure, to build tourist stops on the hiking trails of our mountains. So tourists can come, sit, to have a rest, and so on. Network of bicycle roads. Actually, this work has already been started by our NGO, one of our NGO regional, and they cooperate with Hungary and develop cross-border bicycle roads together. And within our last project, we had this projecting documents, and we developed in this document the bicycle roads within the Uzhhorod district all over the Uzhhorod district. And hopefully in the nearest future we will have an opportunity to physically make these roads. Okay, then tourist routes signed and marked. This, I told you about this prolongation of European tourist routes on the territory of Ukraine. Infrastructure for disabled people. And now we want to make a pilot trail especially equipped for disabled people. And here we can talk about trails within the city or somewhere in the mountains area. Informational centers. I will speak more about informational center in my next slide. So I do not want, to pay a lot of attention at the moment. So challenges we face is monitoring. Every strategy, every planning or regional development in tourism or whatever sphere needs to have monitoring system, and which is a very big challenge for Transcarpathian region because we do not have I would say, don't have a unified system how to monitor all tourists who are coming to the region, accommodation places, and so on and so forth. So it's where we have to work on, maybe together, and we can cooperate in exchange of information on how this sphere has been developed in your region, for instance. So, and perspective in this sphere is cross-border marketing strategy. So it's mostly about programs and strategies this monitoring is needed for. Challenges we face in marketing. We are talking about marketing and branding of the region, and namely branding of Carpathian region. Together with our partners, Košice, we had a project, and we have elaborated a logotype of Carpathian region. And now we are trying to, now we are not trying, but working on how to make it works, how to make it work for every country of Carpathian region. So anyway, lack of tourism information exchange. This is a big problem, I would say, because our tourists sometimes, even if we talk about Košice and events in Košice, very often we do not know what is going on in Košice, what kind of events in tourism and other spheres is going on. And we need to think of how to make it possible to improve this cooperation and to make exchange on information to work. Poor cooperation and cross-regional and cross-border level. What do I mean? If I talk about government, our government, so we do not have normal cooperation with neighboring countries. It starts and ends with memorandums, treaties, and that's it. Also, we do not have normal cooperation with our neighbors, oblasts of Ukraine, because we are competitors, so, and everyone think of development of their own regions and do not want really to cooperate within development of Carpathian region, I mean within Ukrainian borders. So we have, I would say, much better cooperation within different public organizations and agencies, have a project implementation, so on and so forth. And we have very poor cooperation within travel agencies, where we can work on. Also, to talk about cooperation, we thought a lot about creation of association of Carpathian countries, which will unite tourist actors of Carpathian region, of the whole Carpathian regions. And we came up in the end at creating and promoting tourist network, cross-border network, Carpathian Tourist Route. I believe that somebody of you have already heard about this organization. We have already started to work closer in tourism, especially concerning exchange of information. So I do hope that it will be a good start, and then we will continue with this and develop this sphere. Also, a few tourist events at cross-border level. I think there is nothing to talk about because we do not really have a lot of events. We have some few festivals. We just have a name like international or cross-border, but at the very end, it ends up with having just participants from maybe one country, and lack of cross-border tourist products. All I mentioned before is the result of it, or maybe this is the result of what I have mentioned beforehand. So what we can do, of course, we can create a marketing strategy both at the regional level. Actually, now we are working on the strategy at our Transcarpathian level, and I do hope that in the end of this year we will have the new strategy. Also now we are talking at the regional level about new strategy of regional development, and actually recently we had talks about tourism sector and about its priority in the region. So I believe that it will give a new start to, namely, to development of tourism in our region. So, establishment of joint internet resource of Carpathian region, as you can see here. So, it is a platform for cooperation within Carpathian region. What is the main thing about this platform is that every information about every country of Carpathian region will be at every language of Carpathian country. What do I mean? Information about Transcarpathia will be translated into Slovak, Hungarian, and so on and so forth. Information about Slovakia will be translated into Ukrainian, and it will help us to attract more tourists into the Carpathian region and improve the movement of tourists within the region. Also, all the information about countries of Carpathian region will be translated into English for foreigner. So, elaboration of mechanisms for cooperation in tourism, cross-border tourism network. I have already mentioned that we have created cross-border tourism network at the moment, and actually now it consists of 35 members already, most of them from Ukraine, but there are about 7 or 8 organizations from Slovakia are already members of this organization. Few tourist events, so we can create a lot of events, and we can produce common tourist products to attract people into the region.